Let me turn. Is better? Wait a minute.
Yep. And you were live.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tyre. I got invited Tyre over to join me this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Columbus Day.
And happy Columbus Day. And no, I do not recognize Indigenous Persons Day.
Neither do I.
If you want to have Indigenous Persons Day, go celebrate it on your own. I'm not going to celebrate that with you. All they did with that is they're trying to make Columbus Day politically correct.
Or try
And
to make him a villain.
yep, and today is also a good friend of mine's from the Air Force. Don, if you happen to be out there listening, happy birthday to you, my friend. This is a guy that served with for several years and real good guy. His birthday was obviously on today, and we always
Happy
harassed each
birthday.
other back and forth because he is exactly. Let's see here. What is today's date? Today is the 9th.
10th. Oh, ninth. Oh,
9th. Yeah. So he's exactly 5 days older than I am. So
yours. Uh,
we
your
always
birthday is.
pick.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we
Mhm.
always pick on each other. That there's three of us that got around pretty good. There's Don, myself, and then another good friend of mine, Joey. That him and I were born 6 hours apart on the same day.
Wow.
And all three, and Joey and I, we met in tech school straight the first day out of basic training. And we've been friends now for since August of 78.
Good look. That's a long time.
Him and I have been friends. So we don't see obviously he moved back to Alabama, and of course I stayed down here in Florida, but we keep in touch through Facebook. So
Meta.
that just makes life that much easier. But anywho, all right, guys, there is no rhyme nor reason to today's stream. It is just going to be whatever comes up. Um, I don't want to spend a whole heck of a lot of one time on any one thing. Yes, I know. Israel Hamas. We could spend 2 hours fighting over that, and if I had Skep Talk on this morning, if Skep Talk would come on, then I would be more than glad to spend the whole 2 hours on it because I will freely admit Skep Talk is much better educated and knowledgeable on this whole thing than I am. All right,
Well, when you read the history books yourself, of course you're going to be knowledgeable.
but I've got I understand, and my heart and prayers go out to the Israeli forces, to the Israeli people, and I just hope they beat the ever loving dog dirt out of Hamas. And if that means, as Netanyahu said this morning or yesterday, that he is going to absolutely level every place that they come from, so be it. This is a scourge that needs to end.
Yes. But
But
see, the problem is my problem. My belief is with that is you can't. It's never going to truly end. No matter what you do, at some point, old tensions will flare. and this will be an ongoing thing. They can't live together. Like one of them has to go.
Right. And you know it's bad when even Krasenstein. All right, and let me see if I can find this. All right, I'm going to share this.
Okay.
You know it's bad when one of the damn Krasenstein brothers posts this. Anyone who's defending the attacks on Israel by Hamas is defending terrorism. Israel has the right to retaliate and defend their territory as seen. As seen below, I get it. The Palestinians believe that Israel belongs to them, but that doesn't warrant an outright attack. Now, I'm just simply going to say this. All right, and we'll go, and we're going to get, I'm going to use the lefty argument. One of the oldest books in the world mentions Israel and the Israelites.
Yep.
Nowhere does it. Can you find anything near that old mention Palestine? All right.
Okay.
So, if you want to say whose land that actually does belong to, it's obvious. It's not the Palestinians' land. If you want to use your lefty, that that you have to honor the indigenous people who own that land first, then obviously you need to give it up to Israel.
See, the problem is they love the Muslims that they're so progressive, and you know they're feminists and they're forward thinking. Yeah, no.
So,
they would never admit to allowing the Jews to have anything because they're seen as white.
now and then this popped up on my screen this morning, made me want to retch a little bit.
I see this, and you know what I think? I think a lot of those people of a persuasion would learn to fly if Palestine had its way.
Yeah.
You know, they would get free flying lessons. One time only, though. You know,
that's it. So, yeah. Morning, Duck Dog. You're exactly right.
Morning, Duck Dog.
So, and this is definitely a. But like I said, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because honestly, it's just going to be two of us patting each other on the back and as far at least on my end, not a whole hell of a lot of in-depth knowledge.
Again, yeah. I'll openly admit this, and I keep admitting this. I'm a huge isolationist. I don't believe we should fight other people's wars. And that being said, I believe people should be allowed to defend themselves. You know, you guys, if you throw a rock at me, I'm perfectly allowed to punch you in the eye. You know?
Yeah.
So you threw rockets. I'm allowed to level your goddamn entire desert. Turn it to glass.
See, I do not believe in equal and parity retribution. You know?
Agreed.
If you punch me in the nose, I'm going to remove your balls.
Elliot Ness. What was that movie?
Yeah, you bring a gun to a knife fight. You know.
No.
Yeah.
He sends one of your men to the hospital. You send one of his to the morgue.
Right. That was the Untouchables.
Untouchable. There it is.
Yeah, and the best part about that movie was Sean Connery's role.
Yes.
So other than that, But now let's see. I am the old Robert Stack Untouchables fan. I grew up
Hmm.
with the original Untouchables. That Untouchables made me sad, other than Sean Connery. Sean Connery was the only thing about that movie that made it worthwhile watching.
Hmm.
So,
Duck Dog, I believe in overwhelming force. Yes. If again you fire rockets into my city, I'm perfectly allowed to turn your desert to glass. Oh, you got to think about the level of weapons they're using. Well, they should have never fired rockets into my city. If they didn't value their lives enough to not fire those rockets, why should I value their lives not to turn their desert to glass?
yep, that's. Um, and I've heard, there's somebody somewhere out there this morning uh, made a comment that people comparing Hamas infiltrating the Hamas and comparing Hamas with the invasion at our southern border and how they're somebody said that they're the same thing. You get all the Arabs and people who don't want Israel to exist living in Israel, yada yada yada. Okay, and they're comparing it to the invasion at our own southern border.
Hmm. Hey,
Over the
Fire Kid.
weekend, over the weekend, I heard an Irishman at and I don't know what his position was. I don't know if he was a diplomat or a president of Ireland or what,
Hmm.
but he was questioning an Israeli diplomat, I'm assuming, and going on. Well, if you've got two borders gates going into Israel. You've got one for Israelis, Jews, and Europeans, and you got another one for Arabs. That's apartheid. That's segregation. Da 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 da. Well, see, the problem is you know and I can understand. The problem is there's been so many people trying to carry bombs into Israel through these gates, and
I got one better.
they've
If they
warned the bombs
Well, no,
in.
I got one better for you. From if that's what they believe is best for their country, who are you, an outsider, to justify? Oh, well, you got two gates for one group and another for another group. Okay, well, it's their country; they can do what the hell they want. Like you don't
That
have to agree with it.
you don't have to live with the consequences.
Exactly. You're not there. You don't have to suffer. And they have a good reason for everything they do. Again, like you said, they bring bombs in, sometimes strapped to themselves. So yes, you might want to keep them separated from everyone else.
Right.
You know,
You may. Oh, Badger showed up. Morning, buddy.
Yo, Green
Yeah.
Badger.
Yeah, you may want to have these people show up. Okay, now guys, I will be making some odd clicking and clacking sounds like I'm getting ready to make now. Um, Today's one of them nasty days where I've got to constantly refill medication. And it's about every half hour to 45 minutes. And I'm getting ready to do that right now. So you'll hear this god awful noise.
I just thought it was your old bones snapping together. My bad.
Wow, this I tell you what, after I pulled that monkey yesterday, you know, eh, monkeys walls or stairs don't like him. Yesterday my shower didn't like me.
I say this. I say all this in jest room. You, Skeptok, Hammer, P Dog. I may play and call y'all old, but I do look up to you guys. So,
Oh
I,
man, yeah. I'm a wrong person to be looking up to. All right.
okay, my
There,
bad.
there, there there's there's days I'm lucky to find my butt with both hands. Just ask my wife. But the only thing I will lay claim to, all right, is
Okay.
I'm dangerously knowledgeable about computers and food. I know
Exactly.
how I know how to cook, and I know what I want and want when it comes to my computer.
True.
So I'm dangerously knowledgeable about both. They've got oh okay, now put this cap on this needle so I don't stick myself.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh.
this is one of those needles you use to fill your syringe, so it's about 6 inches long.
Ugh. I'm not a fan of needles. Like that's so. My mother used to joke that if she ever heard about me taking a drug or something, the first question she'll ask is it a needle, and if someone says yes, it wasn't my son. He fucking hates needles.
well, then I've got 6 of them stuck in my gut right now,
Ugh.
with 3 on each side.
Oh God. Ugh. Ugh. Hey, Will Cogley.
I tried to get a real early start on this. I got up at 4 o'clock and started this mess at 6, hoping to be done by now, but I should have known better.
Oh, sorry about that. That tea was
Well,
good.
okay. I made some pumpkin uh, pumpkin pancakes for breakfast yesterday,
Honestly,
and they were really good.
I've never had. I don't know if I like or not because I've never had pumpkin.
You've never had pumpkin?
No, sir.
Oh
I,
my
I live in a
God!
city. I live in a
Uh,
city.
They sell whole pumpkins in cities. Go to Walmart, buy a pumpkin, clean it out, cook it down. Oh my God, it's delicious.
I mean, if I can get a small pumpkin, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, get your no, don't do the store-bought pumpkin pies because those things are nasty. And don't buy the canned pumpkin. I mean that the canned pumpkin puree is better than the canned pumpkin pie filler.
Hmm.
But I buy pumpkins and I make my own stuff from scratch, and it just add my own cinnamon, my own nutmeg, all my own spices to it, and I just mm, absolutely. And then you know, well,
Technically speaking,
technically, pumpkin is a squash. It's just a type of squash.
again, there are some fruits and vegetables I don't recall having, so I really can't make a judgment call. Like, say I dislike, I like. Uh, I rarely had squash. I don't know what a rutabaga tastes like. I've never had a turnip. Um,
Turnips are all right. Rutabaga is okay. Spaghetti squash is amazingly good. Zucchini, acorn squash. Take an acorn squash, hollow it out.
mhm,
Use your favorite meatball recipe. Take a fork, poke a bunch of holes in the meat of the acorn squash.
mhm.
Then slather it full of butter. Then make your favorite meatball recipe. Put that in that center hole. Wrap it up in tin foil and bake it. Oh my God,
Um,
it's delicious.
for lunch this week. I'm planning to make stuffed peppers.
Oh, stuffed bell peppers again.
Oh
Another
yeah.
stuffed bell peppers is that's a regular at my house. We have that about once a month.
Ooh, but this is gonna be for lunch, so I gotta make like 8. So
So,
yeah,
well, how many people you feeding?
just me. It's just for lunch.
You making 8?
Yeah, for the entire week.
Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say, damn, son.
Oh no, no, sir. I'm trying to lose weight, not trying to gain more. Just if I make 8, if I make 8 one day, I can parse it out to 4 and have lunch for 4 days. My fifth day, I usually order out with my friends.
All
So
right. Uh,
times is rough.
oh yeah, I mean, definitely the well, now that hurricane season is just about over with, I've got another 11 days that I'm going to worry about it, and then we start eating down out of my freezer.
Oh my.
And because see, what I do is starting in the summer is whenever I cook anything, I make a double batch, and half goes in the freezer for my hurricane food. That way, I've got come hurricane season, I've got a full freezer,
And plenty of food.
and I don't have to worry about having to subsist on MREs or anything, or anything else. And
uh,
that way, and then come and it's not that much more expensive to double batch. It really isn't.
well,
And
see, you live in an area that gets like heavy rainfall. Like you have hurricane season. So, excuse me. For me, Maryland really doesn't get hurricanes. Like when we do, it's kind of rare. We rarely get blizzards. So we don't really get heavy snowfall. So I tend to cook once a week, and I use air quotes with cook because it's more like making lunch. Meal prep, that's what it is. A
right,
meal prep once a week, and then for dinner, I usually go to the local my this hospital and grab a whole bunch of pre-made salads, and that's dinner for the week. That means yeah.
ah, all right. Now the wife likes. She goes to Sam's and buys their salad kits,
Oh yeah, I like those too. That
and
just reminds me that I gotta go to Sam's Club.
those are good. The only one I don't like is the bourbon apple. I don't like that the salad dressing with that, but the rest of them are pretty good. And of
I'm
course,
kind of
I doctor them up. I add more lettuce, and I chop up carrots and add to them. And if I've
hmm
got bell pepper in the refrigerator, I'll dice up a bell pepper and
Oh yeah,
slide that
bells peppers
into
are
it.
my favorite.
Mu mushrooms and cheese and whatever.
You lost me at mushrooms. You had me with everything else, but I can't eat the fungus.
Oh, the fungus makes the meal.
uh, I don't like the texture. It's just weird. I just don't like the texture of mushrooms. Sorry.
Pickled beets are good. You parboil and peel your green peppers. Hmm. I've
I
never
like.
done that.
I heard about boiling, but I usually take a raw, carve it out, and sit it in the oven with the mixture.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't boil it. I like to let
uh,
mine stand.
yeah. Well, I do mine in a Dutch oven with
Mhm.
a tomato sauce.
Yeah,
So
I'm a city kid. My level of cooking is opening the can of tomato sauce instead of actually making it. So
Uh, I mean, yeah, I buy a lot of canned tomatoes and such,
hmm
but I normally don't like to buy like uh, a canned marinara or something, a jarred marinara or something, because I usually have to spend just as much work in making it taste right.
I've never had that problem. When I used to make I don't like angel hair pasta. I don't like stringy pasta. So when I make my spaghetti, I usually make either with shells or elbow noodles or bow ties.
Oh,
And
okay.
and when I make my meat sauce, I use a
And,
can of diced tomatoes and
and Duck Dog and Wiley are sick people.
I've never had beets. I've never had those. I can't make a judgment call on either one.
Uh,
So
pickled beets are amazingly good. They just don't eat them with your bare fingers. Not
yeah,
unless you
they
want
tend to bleed. They tend to look red.
not unless you want to be uh, uh, have everybody ask you if you cut yourself. Did you cut yourself, man? Dressing up as a vampire, get the beet juice down your chin. There's a guy on YouTube and TikTok who does meal prep, week-long meal preps, high protein, low carb meal preps for weight loss. I can't remember his name, but he also does it's also low calorie, so it's very small portions. And I mean, the food looks good, but uh, if I'm going to sit down to a meal, I want more than 3 tablespoons of rice sitting on my plate. JMK, I understand what you're saying. Once you get started at it, though, it's not that much more difficult to eat healthier than it is to eat crappier,
It really isn't.
especially at the price of fast foods anymore.
Yeah,
If you eat
everything's
a
gone
lot of,
up.
I literally, there's only two places I go to fast food joints anymore, and they may be once every 2 to 3 months between and betweenks, and that's Popeyes is my favorite to go through and get their spicy chicken sandwich with extra pickles.
Of course.
All right. And then Jimmy John's for a sub.
I haven't been to Jimmy.
If I can't get Jimmy John's, then Jersey Mike's.
I haven't been to Jimmy John's in a hot minute.
But yeah, that's just it. I haven't been to Jimmy John's in probably 6, 7 months.
Oh, man,
So
now you make me want to go get me an unwich.
now the wife really likes their unwitches. I like their
So,
bread too much to go for the unwich. I really do like their bread. And I mean, bread is a serious downfall of mine. I eat bread. I bake bread. I will eat bread. It's absolutely delicious.
so in my younger days, bread was literally my favorite food. We used to go through a loaf of bread, like, because I used to love eating bread. But now that I'm older, yeah, I can't do it.
Arby's, Wiley, I agree with you about Arby's. Arby's was really good, and then like everybody else, they uh, got cheap. Because prices kept going up, so they started less meat. Then, well, you can't get their beef and cheddar anymore. If you wanted the cheddar on your sandwich, they started charging you extra.
Yeah.
Uh, it just, the sandwiches got smaller.
I've noticed
I
that
mean,
too.
I can legitimately remember going into McDonald's and didn't need to eat a Big Mac. Just a medium fries, a hamburger, and a medium drink. And that was plenty. Well, then their hamburgers got so small you eat them in 2 bites. So, but Jersey, like I said, Jersey Mike's is good. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I remember McDonald's. I can remember when it was considered a bet to eat $10 worth of McDonald's.
Nowadays, that's considered a goddamn good day.
Nowadays, that's considered a normal meal. Yeah, but yeah, it was a serious bet. Oh, I bet you can't eat $10 worth of McDonald's. Oh, yes, I can. So, uh, I tell you, I'm not. When it comes to French fries, there, Duck Dog, I'm not that big of a fan of French fries unless I make them at home and can double fry them. Because I like my fries being hot and very crispy.
I like my fries like that too. Know who has the best fries? There's a place called Checkers.
I haven't seen a Checkers in years. Checkers and Rally,
Ah,
one
oh.
one and the same.
So there's the only Checker location that I currently know of is in Ricetown Road in my city, and I have to fight myself not to go get their fries because I love their fries.
Mm.
Their fries are so good.
Now, for the most part, the wife and I eat veggie tots. So
But veggie tots.
yeah, I bought them on experimental one time, and they're actually pretty cotton picking good. The broccoli and cheese veggie tots by Green Giant.
I'll have to look for
Cook
them in Walmart.
cook them up like you do tater tots,
Okay,
and they're really good. They're in the frozen vegetable section,
I might have to look them up.
and if you're trying to cut carbs, that's not a bad way to do it, and still give you something to eat with your hamburger or whatever instead of French fries or tater tots.
Um, I love broccoli. I'm weird.
So,
I
and I
know.
cook them up in the air fryer and get them nice and crispy. But see,
When
I'm
I do
going.
stride, I do shoestrings, so I can't talk. Oh, so I can't speak to double frying them. Duck dog, that's all good. When I make my French fries, I take a whole potato and I chop them up into. I don't even peel them. I just leave them unpeeled
Yep.
and chop them up and eat them that way.
That I double fry mine, and they're absolutely delicious. Yep. Uh, Plenty of spices.
Salt and
So,
pepper.
no, I throw in some cayenne or some chili powder into them,
Heretic.
and boom, uh, kick them up a notch.
Okay, Emerald.
You remember Emerald?
Yes, I remember Emerald. Like he used to bam.
Yep,
Hmm.
that and kick him up a notch.
Yep.
So, uh, oh, did you see the where was Taco Bell? Speaking of Taco Bell, did you see the fight that uh, so,
Oh no.
the, at guys actually wanting to sue Taco Bell, and I can almost see it, but man, it's his own damn fault. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. It's his own fault that this happened to him. Oh, good, it did share. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I saw it. Whoa, whoa. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait a
Whoa.
minute. So you acted a fool. You walked over. You came into an aggressive stance, and he laid you out like a fucking fillet of fish.
He took a swing at him.
Man, see, this is the problem. This is the problem I have with
See, I
shit
mean,
like that.
watch the guy. He took a swing
Yep, he did. He scooped him.
and he scooped him. And look at this boy's arms. Them things are not small arms.
Yeah.
He spent time lifting things, lifting heavy things.
Oh man.
And he's also taken time to take some training here.
Yeah, clearly.
Whoa, whoa. Oh my god. Whoa. What the fuck? Oh my shit. He's knocked out, bro. Oh my.
Again, I don't see how this is Taco Bell's. You started. You are the aggressor in this situation. You were. You could have been let. You could have walked away. Yeah, he didn't die. In this situation, you started this fucking fight, and he defended himself.
Uh, yeah, I mean, he could very easily broken his neck with that crush.
Yeah, but I get it, and even with this camera, it would even show him like he swung on him, and he all he did was defend himself. He used the equal amount of force, and his luck went bad.
It's not like he punched him. It's not like he stood there and curb stomped him. He just picked him up and dropped him.
Yep.
Morning, ramen.
Morning, undead ramen. I'm doing okay.
So he just done things. The big guy was an employee by the looks of it. At least he's wearing all black of the Taco Bell uniform. So the guy that got dropped obviously wasn't. Now he's either drunk or stoned, one of the two, or both.
But in the beginning, you see him. His I'm assuming that's his boy carrying like pulling him away, and he
Yeah,
breaks free, and he goes. He re-engaged when he could have just left. Like you are the aggressor in this situation. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't vibe stupidity,
yeah. Most of us don't see a problem with this,
but there'll be people.
and uh, the dude took a swing, and what happens is what happens.
He
But
got laid out.
you know, stupid people do stupid things. I I don't. Are you into knives or guns or any, that kind of stuff?
I'm into. Yeah, weaponry and stuff, not guns. I like a good old fashioned shank. Stab a
Okay.
bitch.
Oh, so you like the sharp-edged weapons.
Yes.
Then you will appreciate this. This guy's in a store,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and he's uh, looks like it's a pawn shop or something by the looks of what's on the shelves here behind him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll turn the audio off because we don't need the music.
Is he trying to poke himself?
Did
What the
did
hell?
you see what he just did? Okay, he's got this sharpened instrument, and it looks like it's a switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, or an auto open. And he pushed it against his jacket to close it. Because he doesn't want to stick his palm,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The fuck are you? You are an idiot, sir. And auto open, you don't you put your hand on the back end of the blade and close it that way.
Yeah, this guy's too stupid to own a knife.
He's too stupid to own a goddamn water gun.
This is what you call stupidity.
Like,
People, let I grew up on a working farm in a family of farmers. Okay? It
mm-hmm.
wasn't just my farm. It was my grandfather, well, my parents' farm. It was my grandfather's farms. It was three uncles' farms.
Okay.
Okay? Lots of farms, lots of sharp implements around.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of things to stabby stabby or bang bang, things that could hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchforks. Pitchforks are, you think of that old boy, what was it, the Connecticut Yankee? The the painting, the old man standing there with the old woman and
Oh yeah.
holding the pitchfork,
Yes, sir.
right? And so those things are sharp. They will go through you. I've seen them go through tennis shoes like nothing, through the
I would
sole of a
imagine
tennis
so.
shoe. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of things on farms, and then I'm not in count. The stuff that gets hauled. Balers and hay cutters and mowers and all this other good stuff. And then there's the hooves of the animals. Those things will lay you out in a hurry, also.
Duck Dog is saying American Gothic is the name of the painting.
Oh, American Gothic. Okay.
There it is. Yeah.
And these guys, you if you don't respect the item you are playing around with, it will come back to bite you.
Exactly.
One way or another, it will come back and it will bite you. You will feel pain, and it'll either be pain of, oh my God, I'm hurt and this is painful, or oh my God, I am so damn stupid, or both.
Well, at least you learn to never. If you're smart, you learn to never do that again.
Uh, but this guy's not that young. He's not a kid. He's grown a beard.
Yeah.
This is what makes it so sad. This
This is
guy
the
is
reason why.
old enough to have grown a beard.
This is the reason why we have warning it's hot on coffee cups.
Or
Like,
don't stand above this step on your ladder.
yeah.
Pride goes
Pride goes.
before the stabbing. Yeah, Wiley, uh, I've cut myself on working on vehicles quite a few times.
But agreed. Like again, what he should have done was put his hand on the back of the blade because I'm pretty sure those types of blades aren't double edged. So there's a blunted back end and fold it down. You
Well, I
know.
don't know if I couldn't tell if that was a folding blade or if it was one that ejected through the end of the hole of the handle.
Oh well. Then he should have poked the glass. Should have pressed it on the glass
Right.
and pushed it down. In that case, like never point a sharp instrument to your gut, especially one that you don't know how very sharp it is. Like
You
common sense.
you don't point instruments of death at yourself or other people unless you plan on destroying them.
Yes.
You know,
Don't
it,
pull a gun unless you plan to use it.
it really is. It could have been a side folder, Wiley. I mean, the video wasn't that clear. That security camera type thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's good enough for facial recognition, but that's about it.
It didn't catch
But
the how it opened.
yeah, it was definitely those spring assisted. Definitely spring assisted. But man, people, the stupidity of people sometimes
Yes.
just never, ever, ever cease to fail to amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They're getting stupider and stupider, Strong.
the something's happening to people. I mean, well, since we're talking about stupid people,
Oh Lord.
now you're in a city,
Yes, sir.
all right, and there's some high intense issues going on, all right, to
Yes, sir.
where the authorities are being called out en masse. All right, and I don't care what city you're in. You could
Okay.
be in Berlin, you could be in New York, you could be in Los Angeles, you could be in Atlanta, Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Okay. Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Sean D, what up?
All right.
He can't kick me from this stream. Ha. Mm.
Did Sean kick you from a stream?
No, Sean wanted to say kick me the other night from I believe it
Oh,
was
do a moderator thing for you?
no, he I believe it was my stream. He said, yeah, kick the host. You can't kick me now.
So let anyway, one thing, to me it only makes sense is you don't antagonize the people who carry weapons as part of their job.
Agreed.
Okay. Not like this. And I'm going to, okay. Now I'm going to, by the coloration, I'm going to say this is possibly New York because their cars are white and blue, but the
Yeah.
video is so bad you can't really tell. Is the video showing? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Plus it's off Live Leak, and we all know what Live Leak is like. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know if it's step above or step below World Star. World Star!
Dumbest stuff ever.
Oh, I remember I used to spend hours watching World Star years ago. Now, whatever's been going on here, these cops are dressed for it. I mean, they're wearing the hard hats. They've got the visors, face
Yep.
shields. They got their batons on the ready. They're not drawing guns. They're out there for crowd control. And this guy decides that he's going to
Piss off the
now
cops.
jump on their car.
Yeah.
And look at, I mean, he just, well, this first cop right here, man, he just takes his
Scoops him.
legs right out from underneath him.
Yes, he does.
And then he starts crab crawling and running.
And then the
Yeah,
people in the
yeah.
back screaming.
Yeah, you got the people, leave him alone. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing.
All right, if you look, wait a minute, Strom, go back a little
Yeah.
bit. There's
Take
a
it back
woman.
a bit.
Yeah. A little further. Right there. If you pause right there.
Right here, this woman
Her.
right here.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's getting herself right there in the middle of it, isn't she?
Yep.
Or is she spraying mace at him?
I don't know, but you can clearly tell she's a Karen because the guy is black that they scooped. And she.
Oh no! Oh, she's spraying. I'd lay bets that she's spraying mace.
Yeah. Now that I look at it, because if you look at her hands, she pulls something from her hands.
Yeah,
See?
I mean it's a can. She's got a
Yeah.
can of something there that she's spraying them with. She's spraying them with some mace.
See, this is the type of bullshit that fucking. All right. I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I believe this. I'm not saying the cops are right every time. Cops fuck up, but they still have weapons and they still should be respected. If you follow their orders, if they did something wrong, you follow their orders, you sue them in court, you win. If you get harassy and you get ignorant and you start, oh well, I'm not doing this shit because I didn't do anything wrong, you kind of go to jail. A simple ticket or a simple warning now becomes this massive issue that you're going to jail for.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one of these guys. I'm hated by both sides.
Understandable.
All right. The Back the Blue people hate me because I continue that out as Back the Blue until they beat you. All right. But then the guys who, ACABs, it's like, no, I know too many damn good cops.
And that's my thing.
I've always taken it case by case by case basis.
And my issue, I like to wait. I have the 5-minute rule. If a story comes out that shows like a cop done something, I wait at least 5 days before I even talk about it because that's when everything else about the issue comes out. The issue with the young lady that got killed, that hit the cop, and he fired his gun and killed her. If you responded initially to that, oh well, it's clearly a cop, overstepping his bounds, But 5 minutes later, you find out, yeah, she was in the fucking wrong. Like she's in the wrong in this situation. So and I have a lot of cop friends. Like I come from not a long line of cops, but a lot of my relatives used to be cops.
Right.
So,
same here.
So I have that, respect for, and I have that respect for them. And I'm technically, my job title is officer. I may be TSA, but I'm still an officer. I don't have law enforcement power, but I still have that level of within the airport. I have that type of authority.
Right.
So I see that. I see it from that side as well. Like a lot of people just don't. Oh, why I gotta do this? Because those are the rules. I don't make them. I just enforce them. You have to do this. Well, I did this other place didn't let me do it, but that's that other place. You know, you have to do this. Why
Well,
I got? Oh my God!
Sean
But
brings up, and by the way, good morning, Neil. FAFO needs to be taught in schools. Well, it used to be. It used to be taught in the schools on the playground.
yeah,
Okay. Up until junior high, playground skirmishes were a thing. Until somebody got a bloody nose, teachers sort of just let things happen.
uh,
Uh,
case in
you
point,
know,
I was when in high school, I was bullied in high school until I fought back. And the guy that the bully that I fought, we actually became friends. He beat my
so
ass, but he respected me. So
and then the old dodgeball or in high school gym class was another place it was taught.
yeah, if you throw too hard, you're gonna get fucked up.
You know, and then it also taught you to toughen up. So what you learned on the playground in school was a lot. But then the kids today don't even go out to playgrounds.
Yeah,
They don't get recess like we used to. We used, get had recess at least once a day to go out and burn energy.
yeah,
So
but they ain't really taught
FAFO
much.
was looked broad upon. Yeah, yeah, we did a lot of it. If you so, but all that stuff has gone out the window. The days of meeting behind the FFA barn on Friday nights to settle scores is gone.
Yeah,
That was something in my school system.
yeah,
But
you know
then we
what?
had but then too, even though most of the boys, some of the girls had knives and guns, either knives on their belts or guns in their trucks and cars, nobody ever thought of using them in a fight. You
Yeah,
know,
because the issue wasn't to kill you; it was to settle a point.
it was a settle an issue, right? And nowadays, the kids, now that's something else that seems to have been lost with a lot of kids. Okay, and I'm getting up away from the computer again here.
All right.
Going to make some ratcheting, going to make some ratchet sounds.
His servos is about to break again. He needs to oil up.
Yep. And let's see.
But again, the kids nowadays, at least in my city, I'm pretty sure this is everywhere else too. A fight or escalate. All right, if we lived in a neighborhood, the issue was settled in the neighborhood and didn't cross over to school. And if the issue happened in school, it didn't cross over into the neighborhood. Like it's not that we were friends, but we didn't bring it home.
Right.
You know, kids nowadays, any slight is brought. And if the slight happened in the neighborhood, it's brought to the school. So now it becomes a school issue. All
Well,
your school friends are involved.
the one time, and for good or ill, the one time where I did bring something from home into the school, uh, um, I was driving the tractor home. I had the
Hmm.
snow blade on the back, and I was clearing driveways and such, earning a little extra money, plus uh, clearing driveways of elderly people that lived in town, lived up
Okay.
in near our town square. Doing those for free. My dad would have made certain that I never took advantage of an older person by charging them to clear their driveway. That was just not something to be done,
Yes.
you know, especially since using an 8 foot blade, takes less than 5 minutes to clear their driveway, from their garage to the road. But
Mm-hmm.
anyhow, I was on my way home, and I don't know if ditches in the country in Ohio can be quite deep.
Okay.
And the guy come up behind me in a van one night and rode me off the road into the ditch. The only thing that kept the tractor from rolling was the 8 foot blade on the back of it.
Oh God.
Okay. Well, that was on a Saturday evening. Monday morning, he comes walking up behind me and tapped me on the shoulder and asked me how I enjoyed my trip
Dick
in the
move.
hallway. Well, I drug him by the collar down into the library, and our school library was an addition to the original schoolhouse. So it had that rough red exterior brick wall,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of pounded him up against that wall a few times. Turned around and looked, and there's the school librarian, his assistant, the principal, two of the vice principals, and a half a dozen other staff members just watching me. They asked me what happened, and I told them. And they looked down at the kid on the ground, and they asked him if that was true, and he said, "Yeah, that's true." He was honest. They asked the kid if he was hurt too bad, if he needed to go home or anything. He said no. And they said, "Well, then you get your butt to homeroom." Principal looked at me and goes, "Next time, off school property." And
Yes.
turned around, and they went back to having their meeting. I'm sitting there going, "Woo." Because, that should have been instant expulsion.
Or at least a
That,
suspension.
yeah. That should have been a phone call to my mom and dad, and I got very lucky on that. But that was only my second fight in high school, so they let me slide on that one.
But see, all right. So, what is it? Unofficial code of honor. He didn't lie. He admitted he did something wrong, and you admitted like I'm not that beat up. I'm a little scuffed up. I'm in a little pain, but I'm fine.
Right?
You know, you, and everything was. I'm pretty sure y'all didn't have that same issue. Like he didn't drive you into a ditch again.
Oh, no, 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 no. That was a one-time thing. You're right. That never happened again after that.
Exactly.
No.
So it does. The issue is settled. He does not to do that again, or what will happen. And I'm not saying that you probably didn't have problems with him or other issues, but that issue was dead and gone. Versus nowadays where we fight 100 times over the same problem. You
Yeah,
know,
the problem is never completely resolved.
yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
you're absolutely right. And okay, Neil showed that pop this up. Was that Neil? Yeah, I've seen that video, Neil, and it is absolutely hilarious.
let's see. I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about.
In fact, I just happened to see it this weekend. And
Yeah, no, I was making fun of you because you were obnoxious. I don't give a fuck about your pink jacket. It's Spider-Man! Hyphen! With great power comes great responsibility. With pink blazer comes annoying cunts. I learned that from Uncle Ben. Yeah, don't try to jump in, Robin. I got it. At what? No, it's the black Spider-Man suit that was created in 1988 when Secret Wars came out, and Venom wasn't a thing until 1991 when Todd McFarlane created the character. Don't ever attack a nerd. We will come back to school with a trench coat and an AK-47, baby. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to good night.
That's how you handle hecklers.
As long as you know what you're talking about. Yep. Yeah, I saw that one. That and I actually had to look up to make certain that Secret Wars and Venom, when the two suits were designed, to make certain, because I mean, it's like
He came correct. He knew what he was talking about.
yeah, he knew what he was talking about, right? But the wife makes fun of me because I'll sit here and watch in the evenings while she's watching her Hallmark Channel crap, and I'll sit out here on the couch with her, and I'm absolutely ignoring Hallmark or Great American Channel. I mean, I don't know what's going on, right? And all of a sudden I'll start laughing because I'm sitting here and I'm watching YouTube shorts or TikToks. Just something, scrolling through trying to find something worthwhile to laugh at, to give me a chuckle. And some of my favorite ones are ones that I've got a brushing familiarity with, the skits, because of either working retail, working hotels, or anything dealing with nurses or doctors or emergency rooms, because either I've spent plenty of time in the emergency rooms, or my mom was a vampire, my older sister was a nurse.
So your mom was a phlebotomist?
Yes. She started off as a nurse's aide and worked her way up to a phlebotomist.
I call them mosquitoes.
They called themselves vampires at the hospital she worked at. So, well, they went around every night and drew people's blood. They only worked at night. Didn't you know that?
Ooh.
So I laugh at those because I've got especially the hotel ones, because having worked at a hotel. Some of the TSA ones are funny too.
I work for TSA, so yeah, they are hilarious.
Because and usually they're the Karen ones. How dare you tell me I need to open this? I'll bet you've got the stories if you've worked for many years.
I have. Do you want to hear a few?
Sure.
Okay, so one of my favorites, I have two favorites, and they happen like years apart. So the first one, I'm working the metal detector, and a woman comes through, and she alarms, and I'm like, "Ma'am, you're alarming. Could you step back out?" She goes, "Yes." She takes off her watch and her earrings, and she walks through again, and she's still alarming. So she goes back out, and I think she takes off her her bracelets, and again she's alarming. She goes, "Fine," and she walks out, right, and she comes back, and she slams something into the bin and smacks it through. As we're going, I can hear as it goes into the machine. She walks through perfectly fine. Comes back on the other side. Her little foot is still going. And she picks it up, takes her stuff, and walks away.
Oh my God.
Now, my favorite current incident is, so this woman comes through, and it's a fairly recent one. maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and she comes through and she has on these really thick high heel boots. And with the new procedure at the time, you could walk through if you were had pre-check. So she comes up,
Right.
she has, and she walks through. I know I stop her and I say, "Ma'am, you might want to take off your boots because they have this metal shank in them, and it won't alarm. It'll cause you to alarm. You have to go back out. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, all right, because I can clearly tell that there's a metal shank in those high heel boots because it had to make the shape of the high heel. It needs
Right.
something to support it. She walks through, and sure as the sun rises in the east, she alarms. And she goes back out and she takes off like this little tiny watch and like two bracelets. And I'm just leaning on the side looking at her because I know what the hell's going to happen. And she walked through again, and again, it alarms. She goes back out. I don't know why it's alarming. Well, I do. Please take off your boots, ma'am. Fine. She huffs, she puffs, she takes off those boots. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. She goes through perfectly well. And I have this smug look on my face.
The one thing I've learned is do not go to the range the week before flying.
You'll get the residue on you.
Right. I have said all it took me a couple of trips to realize that it actually takes about a week for the
For the residue to
residue
go.
to wear off enough that it won't set off the detectors.
That depends. Uh, PSA from a TSA. That depends because sometimes, like what you do, does kind of mute it a little. So, and we don't always check your hands. We should, but we don't always do it. So, I wouldn't worry about going to the range.
So, well, every time I've flown where I've gone to the range, 3, 4 days before, because I usually fly on Tuesdays, and if I go to the range, it's usually on a Saturday. And
Another PSA from TSA. Best time to fly? Mondays.
really,
Everybody's at work. Yeah. At least from my airport, Mondays are pretty dead because you're either at work or at school, and everybody's stuck there, or they're already where they're going to be, and they're going to fly out on Tuesday. They're going to fly out Monday night. So
okay.
Monday morning, perfect.
And uh, I've always just flown on Tuesdays. It seems like I've got better airfare rates on Tuesdays.
Oh, and another thing, come 2 hours early.
Oh, definitely. At least 2 hours early.
Yep.
And now, see, our local airport, I can actually carry into the airport itself as long as I don't go past the security checkpoint.
It's state again. I'm in
Every
Maryland. So
airport, every airport is different. Understand that.
yes, sir. Again, I'm in Maryland, and we don't have like carry laws. Unless you have a license, and I believe because it's a government building, you can't carry inside. Um, but you can keep, as long as you check your bag, you can have all the guns you want.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, if I'm flying, I check, yes, I put it, I've got my TSA approved carry, uh, firearm case, and I have it somewhat disassembled, and it's not loaded, and nothing's in the magazine, and the ammo is in a box. That why does the ammo have to be in a separate box or in a cartridge box versus in cutouts inside the uh,
Um,
case with your firearm instead of in foam guy? It's just the cardboard boxes don't make it any safer.
It's easier for us to see. So when we're down in the basement looking at it on the X-ray, it's easier for us to see what's as long as it doesn't look like it's tampered with, it's pretty much okay. And it's kind of hard to see when you got it all jumbled together. You
I mean,
know,
yeah. I mean, you got the little holes you can cut and to put your individual rounds in. It's like, well, whatever. I
I
usually
mean, yeah.
I've got I've got a plastic box that keeps all my ammo in them, so I hate the cardboard boxes. So I got the plastic ammo box. The ammo box is still invisible to X-ray, so you can actually see the bullets inside when it goes through the X-ray machine, so they can count how many rounds you got.
Oh, again, for us, I can't speak for every airport, but for us, we don't necessarily count the rounds. It's just that it's easier to see when they're all lined up perfectly well because you can hide stuff behind cluttered mass.
Right.
You know.
Uh, Wiley, 30-06 or 30-30?
Oh my. We don't want to
I
infringe on your rights.
I actually prefer lever actions to semi-automatics in rifles.
I have no clue. I'm a knife man. I'm a shank man. Up close and personal.
So I actually prefer mechanical over uh, I prefer lever action. But that's why I don't own an AR platform or an AK because I've got a 30-30 and a 30-06 sitting in the cupboard and a 22 bolt action sitting in my closet.
Whoa.
So yeah, I know I'm too old school now. Give me the old Winchester and Western style. I really want the mare's leg.
What is the mayor's like?
Oh, you've never seen a mare's leg? Did
No,
you
sir.
remember the TV show with Steve McQueen?
The rifleman?
Um, no, 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 no. How
Okay.
dare you?
My bad.
The the rifleman was Chuck Connors.
I'm fairly young. I'm only 37 strong, so I don't have much frame of reference for certain people.
Okay. Let's see here. Images. D. All right, here we
But
go.
I do
This
like
actually
the rifleman's the his pump his the
his lever action.
yeah, I like his gun.
Yeah. Come on. There's a mare's leg.
Oh yeah, that's the gun from the rifleman.
No, it's not. It's a lever action, but it's not the gun from the rifleman.
It isn't.
No. This is a short barrel.
Oh, okay. It's still a cool ass looking gun.
Okay. Um, oh, dang it. Now I'm drawn. Somebody help me out real quick. Uh, what was the gun, Steve? What was the name of the TV show, Steve McQueen, where he was the bounty hunter? Bring him back dead or alive, or dead or alive, I believe is what it was.
Steve McQueen. IMDb. Let's see. Let's look at his
Yeah,
filmography.
Wanted Dead or Alive. Okay, and here he is with that mare's leg. Okay, you see?
Yeah, that's a okay.
So,
That's a sweet ass looking gun.
yes, that is a sweet little firearm. And I really want to get one, but the wife has told me no, I can't have one. Yeah, Chet Connors was 6'5", 6'6". I mean, he was almost as big as James Arness.
Against Groom, I don't have frame of reference.
What? Oh, why, Wiley? Because Steve McQueen raced the Porsches. Yeah. Now, see, those are the westerns I grew up watching. The um, Wild Wild West, which I need to start rewatching the series. I'm into season 3. I've got season 3, finish up season 3 and 4, and then I've got the 2 movies I want to watch.
I have recently, I recently downloaded. I've recently been getting into radio dramas,
Oh, I love
so
radio dramas.
I have to go through and continue listening to uh the Dragnet stuff. I need to
Right.
go through, finish up. I just got the Twilight Zone. Like they did the BBC released like radio versions of those shows or radio versions of those some episodes.
Hmm.
And, and I've been listening to them. I've been listening to I'm trying to get the Sam Spade stuff because I'm really into noir detectives.
Right. Oh, now if you like the noir detective stuff,
Mm-hmm.
um, let's see here. Uh, right now, I'm going through the Nick Carter, and Nick Carter starts off during World War II, and a lot of a lot of the ads are World War II ads for the
Mm-hmm.
first 2 seasons, and then the last couple of seasons is post World War II, and you can tell that by the differences in the ad styles.
Okay.
But OTR Visual Radio on YouTube is if you want to find collections of them. OTR
Okay.
Visual Radio, old time radio.
Old time.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
let's
Old
see.
time science fiction. Old time. Yep.
All right, but right now I'm doing the Nick Carter ones. But yeah, I've done the Vincent Price, The Saint. Those are fun to listen to. The Dragnet, especially. Have you gotten to the Dragnet? Are you doing them in order?
I'm just playing them at well, I was doing them in order, and then I started just randomly playing them because there was some I was like, yeah, that sucks. This one sucks. This
Right.
was epic.
Well, they get when they're doing because he was doing the radio drama ones at the same time they were producing the TV series,
hmm
and those were really some of the best ones.
Oh, man, what was the current one that I really love is the werewolf. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
it's the guy he the one where he was attacking the women at night. and they pull out this massive sting operation to catch him because the only way they were gonna find him, they caught him in Yak.
You're right. That I
And
remember that one.
I love that one. And then I love the first one, the nickel plated gun, I think it's called, where it's Stuba, yeah, Richard Stuba. And it's like three of them. What's another one I love?
Chasing Tales. And how long are each one of these episodes?
I, I love uh, I love noir.
Let's see here. 22 minutes. Oh, that's perfect. See, I listen to them as at night laying in bed.
I'll be like making resin art, and I'll be sitting listening to a bunch of that type of stuff.
Right. Yeah, no, I'll listen to them when I'm working, when I'm doing computer work.
Hmm.
If I don't feel like listening to an audio book, then I'll pull up the radio stuff. I don't even listen to music anymore. Wife
Yeah,
thinks I'm crazy.
music kind of fucking sucks.
Well, I've got probably close to 1,000 hours of pre-1990s country music going going all the way back to the 1930s and bluegrass and such. And she thinks I'm nuts that I don't listen to it as much as anywhere near as much as I listen to audiobooks or radio shows. Oh, yeah, I definitely listen to them when I'm playing Bard's Tale. Definitely listen to these radio dramas while I'm playing Bard's Tale. That's that. Or because I mean they're just I don't know.
Yeah, it's nice. Uh, it's nice. I can do other stuff, and I can listen to various stories, and the stories are really good.
Right. The thing that got me about Dragnet, particularly Dragnet, but
Hmm.
the couple other ones the same way, is the titles are all the same. The night
Yes.
of that, the night of this, or the uh, I forget what the Dragnet what they do, but it's the first three or four words of the title. It's only the last word or two that's different.
The big something, the
Right.
missing something X, the tale of
And
big XY.
and it's like may that to me that was lazy title making because I sit there and it's like, okay, now did I listen to this one? Did I listen to that one? And you really can't tell by the title because too much of the titles are so similar.
Yeah. But I had, like I said, I downloaded those from Internet Archive, and what I've done was keep the play date when it was played or when it
Right.
was aired. That way I can differentiate, oh, it's the big one that was season XY because it was in 53 instead of 54. So
Okay.
and they
Well,
always do 22 guns for 22 guns for Christmas every year. So yeah.
and Wiley's selling off his radio collection. 2,500 albums. Wow.
My mother had records. I need to go down there and look at them.
I'm well, all my parents' stuff are gone. My dad collected 78s, and my mom was she preferred 45s. So, and my sister had 45s. I was the album. Uh, I was the person that bought albums.
Yeah, my mother was big into music. Like she loved music.
So,
So yeah, she had a huge record collection.
okay, let's see here. Neil just popped up another link, it looks like. Oh, Pinky, your friend Pinky does cover music? Okay. Pink Salmon the Bard. That's cute. All right, I'll have to listen to that later there, Neil. All right. Um, I I skirmish too close to the edges when it comes to copyright a lot of times anyway. So, oh, she's a lounge lizard, huh?
Lounge lizard.
Lounge. Well, isn't that what they used to call lounge singers
I
back
don't
in the
remember.
day?
Only lounge singers I remember are the Rat Pack.
Oh, it's like uh, John Davidson. I used to have a couple. He did 2 or 3 albums. They were all cover albums, but yeah, I used to. Oh man, now I can't remember this guy's name. I've got a Halloween guy. He's a bassist,
Okay.
sings bass, and he just put out 2 Halloween songs, which one of them's a cover from one of the songs from Nightmare Before Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and the then the other one I can't remember where he got that song from, but yeah, he that really really good. Yeah, I'm that guy that always wanted to be a bass singer, but didn't have the voice. I couldn't even do a good baritone, so let alone the
I know where my
bass.
talents lie, and singing isn't one of them.
Exact. I've finally had enough people, yell, run screeching, covering their ears, listening to me whenever I try to sing that I don't even bother attempting it unless I'm the only person in the house anymore.
To quote my favorite line from Dirty Harry, a man's got to know his limitations.
Okay. Let's see here. There is another video here I wanted to show. Uh, do you have any
All of
do you have any children there, Tyre?
no, sorry, God hasn't blessed me with any yet.
Okay.
One day, I hope he does.
Here, let me close that. Here we go.
All right, I'm not liking that anymore. I'm really not liking that shit. They come and pick her up on a motorcycle.
Look how old these 2 kids are. I don't think either one of them's 9 years old yet.
Como que no.
Oh my God.
No, pues wow.
Mom's just sitting there giggling.
God damn.
That young man learned early.
Bikes get kicked.
That young man learned early. And you see the way she went running down the sidewalk to meet him?
Yes.
That old ponytail just flopping around.
Oh man. I like the fall in the background. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. No, no. And the mom just a giggling.
Yeah, Mama knows what's up. Mama knows what's up there. So, another video popped up here, and this is
Hmm.
an old one. I don't know how old it was. No, I'm not going to show it because I don't want to strike for violence. I mean, I
Okay.
come close with that one video with the Taco Bell video. This one
That wasn't
here.
that violent. That was more stupidity going wrong.
Yeah, well, that every
If you
now and
link it, I can
again,
watch it.
huh?
If you link it in chat, or I can watch it.
Oh, I just closed the tab.
Uh-oh.
But every now and again, videos will make their ways back around years after they were first put up.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the videos that popped up on my feed this morning was the one high school kids. I would say they're probably freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, girls bullying this chubby fat boy.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this earlier.
Right. And he's walking away from her, walking away, telling her to leave him alone. And she's cussing him out and, daring him to hit her, And she takes a swing at him. And he does finally take a swing at her. And all of a sudden, everybody that stood around thought it was funny as hell watching her bully him. How dare you hit that girl? How dare you hit her? She's only a girl. Y'all thought it
Uh,
was funny as hell when she was bullying up on me.
all right, they want equality, and I'm all for it. But you gotta remember, the way I treat a male versus the way I treat a female is totally different. I will take some shit from a female just because. But if you want me to treat you like a man, first swing, you getting swung on. It's a fight. I'm not pulling punches. Equality. Y'all you wanted to play this game. Let's play this game.
Okay. Ladies and gents, I'm going to call the stream now. For some
Uh,
reason, I've got the police pulling up in my driveway, sheriff's department.
oh shit. I'm sorry I brought the
So
police to your house.
I will see what is going to go on, what is going on with the guys in green in my yard. So I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully, I'll be available to stream tomorrow. But until then, everybody, y'all have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with. Later, all.
Bye bye.